This is Lesson 5, Controlling the Flow of a Document on page 101.
In this lesson, you will manage the position of paragraphs on the page, use section breaks to control the flow of a document, insert columns in a document, and link text boxes. You have added and edited several elements in your documents. There are times when you need to control how text flows from one page to the next so that it makes the content easier to read. You might also want to have different sections of the document formatted in different ways. So starting off with topic A, this is controlling paragraph flow. Sometimes you might find that the last word or line of a paragraph falls on the next page, separated from the rest of the paragraph. This can make it difficult for the reader to follow the content. If you have graphics in your document, they might push your text where you don't want it to be. In this topic, you will see how you can control the paragraph flow with paragraph options. On your Home tab in your Paragraph command group, by selecting your dialog box launcher, you have two tabs at the top. We're going to go to Line and Page Break and take a look at the options in the pagination section. Here you can configure options to control how paragraphs flow in the document. The first option, Widow-Orphan Control. This prevents single lines from being displayed at the top or bottom of a page. A widow is a single line at the top of a page, separated from the rest of the paragraph from which they are a part. Orphans are single lines at the bottom of the page, separated from the rest of the paragraph. The Keep with Next option. This keeps the selected paragraph on the same page as the next paragraph. A heading paragraph should appear on the same page as the first paragraph under that heading, so this would be a good use for this option. The Keep Lines Together option. This keeps the selected lines from being split over a page break. An example of where you would likely use this option is when you are making a comparison between two items that are on separate lines. And then the last option in the pagination section, Page Break Before. This places the selected paragraph at the top of the next page. This is useful if you want a heading to be at the top of the page and not somewhere in the middle of the page. So an example of a couple of these, you'll see some in your activity as well. If I scroll down to the bottom of page 1 and the top of page 2 in this sample document, you can see the new homeowner spotlight paragraph is spilled across 2 pages. If I wanted to keep these lines together on the same page, I can go up to my Home tab, Paragraph Dialog Box Launcher, and on that Line and Page Breaks tab, I'm going to select the option Keep Lines Together and check that off. Click OK, and you can see it pushes it where it has room to the next page, so they are not separated and spread across that page break. Another quick option of those that we just took a look at. Suppose I wanted the Who Can Volunteer section to start at the top of the next page. We saw how, I think last week, how to insert page breaks, so I did already show you an example of this, but this is another option of how to create a page break, a manual page break. If I put my cursor before the heading Who Can Volunteer and go back into that dialog box, and I choose to check off Page Break Before and click OK. This is going to create a page break and it automatically pushes that to the top of the next page. Now if I was to turn my Show Hide button on, should show that page break there, but it might be, no, it's not showing there. For a page break, you'll usually have a dotted line going across showing you where you inserted it. Kind of curious why it's not showing there. But anyway, we'll usually show with that show hide button on, but it's just another way of forcing a page break. Another way we saw was our insert tab, page break here. Another one was our layout tab, breaks drop down. Here we have page break. Now we saw that third option for force the page break before, and then we saw our keyboard shortcut last week, which is Control and Enter. So all four of those options force a page break. Wherever your cursor is, it will take all of the text after that and put it at the top of the next page.
Your next video will be Activity 5.1 on page 103.